Nicole. This is my front porch, so welcome to my front porch. I'm Christina. Thank you. Thanks for being here and sharing your story with us. So, this is going to be featured on our YouTube channel, From the Sidewalk to the Porch.
Okay.
And it's going to be shared with people all around the world. So,
Great.
You get to be famous for 15 minutes. So, tell me a little bit about what your story is today.
So it'll be about my boyfriend and I. We dated in high school and then separated for college because we were going to different schools at the time. And it'll kind of be like how I wanted him back.
Okay. Great. So it sounds like a little bit of a love story there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we love those. Those are our favorite kind. So.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Well, how long ago did this occur?
That was my freshman year of college, so 2017, and yeah, like August 2017.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. Well, whenever you're ready, we'd love to hear that story.
Okay. So I was going to college, and my boyfriend and I had only been dating for about 8 months, but I had fallen pretty hard. So when he said that he wanted to break up, I was like really kind of broken up about it, and I was really upset. So we get to our separate colleges, only about an hour away, which was part of the reason I was annoyed that we broke up. And the first Friday we're there, he goes to a party, and he just goes so hard. I can't get him to call me back. I'm imagining the worst thing imaginable. He's with another girl. He passed out. Something happened, and I was just so upset. I was up all night worrying about it. And so when I found out the next day that it was simply because he was at a party and he had had a little too much to drink, I was furious. And we were still talking every day, so that made it a little hard on my end, feelings-wise, because it felt like nothing really had changed, minus the words, I guess, that were used. So when it was brought up to me that I could go to a frat party the following weekend, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to show him I can have fun, I'm cool, I'm not caught up about it. So my friends and I, there's about 4 of us, go to this frat party. I know nobody there, my friends know nobody there. And I'm feeling really awkward, but they, of course, have a multitude of crappy beer in the fridge that is fair game. So my friends and I start having some drinks. I'm texting him, and I'm like, oh, I'm at this frat party. It's great. I'm having so much fun. And after, 1 drink turned to 2, which turned to 3, which turned into several more. And I was just having a time. I'm not sure how I made it down the stairs of the frat house, but eventually when my friends and I did decide to leave, I walked downstairs with my friends, and we're getting ready to walk from the frat house to our dorm, which is maybe a 10-minute max walk, and I just get sick in front of the frat house.
Oh no.
And this really sweet sorority girl comes up to me, and she's like, hey, please let me drive you home. I know you live on campus, but please just let me take care of you. And I mean, I was gone, so I was like, yes, that sounds great. I don't want to walk. Sounds good. So I get in this car, and I tell her where I live. She had lived there 2 years ago, so she knew exactly what dorm. They're all talking to me. They have the windows down, and they're not making me feel awkward. I apologized to her 1,000 times on the walk from the car to my dorm, telling her I'm not normally like this. I usually can handle it, which of course, being a freshman, she's like, yeah, okay, right. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you've done this before. So I get to my room, and I kick off my shoes, climb fully clothed into my bed, and plug my phone in which I see that I have a bunch of texts from my ex-boyfriend asking me where I was, if I was okay. So not only did I think it was a good idea to respond, I thought it was a good idea to call him immediately. So I get him on the phone, and I just tell him over and over how nice the sorority girl was, how I went to a party, and did he know that a nice sorority girl drove me home, and she was so nice, and da-da-da-da-da. And he's just telling me he's glad I'm okay, he cares about me. So I decided to pop the question, do you still love me? And he says, well, yes, yes. And I just wouldn't drop it. I just kept asking and kept asking. And I told him how I didn't just love him, I was in love with him, and I wanted to be back together with him. And he's being very patient the whole time on the phone. He's being very nice, being kind of awkward. And then my shining moment, I tell him, oh, I wrote you a song. And when he told me this happened the next day, I was like, what? I've never written a song in my life, but okay. And he's like, oh, you do? And the song that I proceeded to sing on the phone with him went as follows. I'm in love with a boy, do-do-do-do-do. He doesn't love me back, do-do-do-do-do. But that's okay, do-do-do-do-do, because I love him a lot, do-do-do-do-do. And he just went silent. He was just dead silent on the phone. And for about 30 seconds, neither of us says anything. And I break said silence with, did I tell you about the nice sorority girl that drove me home from the party? Like acting like nothing had happened. So I eventually fall asleep and I wake up the next day. I feel like garbage, naturally. But we get on a FaceTime call and I kind of remember that we talked, but I didn't really know what about. And he proceeds to spill to me the events of the evening prior. And I'm just so embarrassed. But then it got to the topic of conversation. Was it true? Like, did I really love him? Did I really care about him? And so we spent that week apart, obviously, because we were different colleges, but we were talking every night, kind of talking about what could we do? And then at the end of the week, we get notification that Hurricane Irma is coming, and we have to be evacuated. So we both end up back in Jacksonville, and I asked him, I was like, could we maybe get lunch tomorrow? And he was like, yeah, of course, that sounds great. So this is about a week and a half after everything happened. And I text him the day that we're supposed to get lunch, and I'm like, hey, just so you know, like, you don't have to get lunch with me if that makes you feel uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to put you in a weird position. And he proceeded to say, well, why wouldn't I want to have lunch with my girlfriend? And now we're going on 4 years together in March.
Aww.
So
that's a great story.
Yeah, it was messy, but it had a happy ending.
Well, you didn't realize you were a composer, and that
yeah, exactly. I guess. Yeah,
maybe I should, with a great song.
Yeah, I gotta record it sometime. I guess
it's a top 40 hit.
Really.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with
course.
us. I really appreciate it.